You've just been jaded by the fellowship. And I've gone through periods of that.
We basically have the same amount of time. Um,
Yeah.
you kept writing through it.
Well, one of my probably deepest fears is from the time I was 21 to 25, I was dry.
Okay.
I didn't drink. I didn't use. Yeah, I say I probably smoked pot 3 times in 4 years because I was buying a lot of it and selling a lot of it. Um, and I knew I was crazy. I was still the same scumbag I was before rehab, and was leading 2 different lives in 3 different cities, and I had these buy here, pay here car lots. I mean, no wonder I went back to freebasing. And it was hard. And at about 2 years, I knew I was screwed up. And I tried to go to a meeting, and some guy looking like Santa Claus told me to take off my leather pants and get a haircut and put on a suit, and maybe I'll stay sober. And all I heard was take off your leather pants. I got the hell out of there. I later found out that guy has helped tens of thousands of people in LA. And, he's a big shot circuit speaker and whatever. And, that type of authoritarian, dictatorship works for people. It doesn't work for me. And, I suffered another 2 years until I finally drank again. And, you know what? I was better off drinking. And for 2 years, I maintained it pretty good. And then the other 2 years was a complete shit show. So for me, I have a healthy fear of not going dry.
Well, you started the opposite way, right? So you didn't have program to fall back on. You did, because I get asked this a lot. How do you don't go to meeting? How? There's no secret. I went
right.
to.
Well, I got stuck on the second step when I was young, and I just left.
I want to make it abundantly clear for everybody listening who thinks that I'm, yes, I don't go to meetings. My circle of friends is still all sober people. They're all allowed to pull my covers. All of them. Brutally in some cases.
Right. You just have a smaller
Yes.
fellowship.
I burned out on hospital meetings. Like coming and seeing newcomers constantly and hearing the same bitch and grind and the same pious entities at the top of the food chain over and over. Like, yeah, that's a little tough. That's a grind. I mean, it's the problem I have with jiu-jitsu. It's a grind. Isn't there there's got to be an easier way to do this. No, you just got to grind through it. Well, it's not fun. If it's not fun, I'm not sure if I want to do it.
See, I have fun in recovery.
I remember feeling so uncomfortable at the first conventions. I remember I was never uncomfortable during the holidays. I've always had a strong family. Whether or not, however they treated me, my family is at least around. Like there's always a bed. There's not even my emotional disconnect from them.
Yeah.
And that's on me. That's not on them. I realize what's screwed up about them, and I just don't need to put that element in my life. And but it doesn't mean I don't go see them. They're still my family. Not much I can do about that. And
Right. You can't pick your relatives.
there are people who have nothing this time of year, and how they stay sober through it is just freaking remarkable to me. They should be, every single day they get from November through December to the other side of the new year, they should be proud of it. That's a tough stretch. That's a
Absolutely.
really tough turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go through being grateful in November, which is the prevailing message, to the blessed and loving of other people. And if you don't even have the emotional skills for it, okay, let's just say that you are surrounded by people that actually care. when you're newly sober or in those first couple of years trying to just come to grips with how do I functionally express how I feel to other people, that's tough. It's starting to sound like a recovery show.
Good. It's about time. About time. We talked about natural deaths. We talked about overdoses.
Cutting.
We talked about suicides.
We did ODs.
Talked about
depression.
movie. Yeah.
All right. So everybody, there's homework. Go watch Loud Crazy Love. Support Brian Head Welch. He's a good guy. It's a good story. It's family, so I'm going to push it to whatever bizarre audience listens to this show. Please give us a message of hope.
Me? You want me to give you a message of hope?
Do. It's your segment of the show.
All right, well,
bring it home.
I'm alive today, and I actually want to be alive today. It wasn't like that before I got here. And, today, not only do I want to live, but I have a life worth living. I might be minus half a dozen that used to count on me this year. But, life goes on. Death is part of life. I hope they're all in a better place. And, I guess I'll see them on the other side.
Well, that'll be really soon for you. You're older.
Well, it's not the age, it's the weight.
Yes.
I finally started doing something about that. Now my back is completely on fire now that I've started doing cardio again. But that's the consequences of my several car wrecks this year.
Well, it gives you new goals for the next year.
You know what? My goals are much shorter term than that.
Yeah, I know that there are people struggling just to get to the end of the day, and I don't know. I can't remember what that's like. I can't. Okay, now I understand that this is where everybody.
Yeah, you went through a short period about a year and a half ago.
A couple of years ago. But
a couple of years ago.
It was sketchy
for a couple of months.
At best, sketchy. But of course, as always, female related. Go figure.
Right.
So what's that teach us? I should go gay for the coming year. That'll fix it.
No. But that's the third time you've mentioned it, buddy.
I'm maybe it will increase my odds.
I mean, maybe even a fourth time if you kind of talk about Penny Marshall.
No, definitely a fourth time. I don't even know. So
she was funny.
Great.
She was Laverne and Shirley. She was Laverne.
So for those of you who don't know, I do another podcast based on boxing and mixed martial arts. It's called Fight Net Radio, and I've been doing it for a very long time. We did a poll about 2 female boxers. I didn't really care about the outcome. I just cared about what the girls look like. Yes, and if you're a woman listening to this, #MeToo, okay? Calm down. Miss Universe was this past weekend. You didn't do anything there either. So...
How could you even say that?
What?
The Me Too.
Well,
I'm not even allowed to say that. I have to say Me Three.
So I put this poll up, and I'm literally shocked at people who are voting for the manlier of the 2 women, finding the manlier of the 2 women more attractive, which makes me question everybody who's on that list.
Stick with the winners.
Woof. Interesting taste. There's no accounting for taste, man.
Stick with the winners.
All right. What should...
She might look like a truck, but she'll run over you,
I'm not
too.
saying I wouldn't throw rocks at her. I mean, I've done far sketchier things in my recovery. But that's part of the fun of your first 2 years in recovery.
Yeah.
Okay. We did message of hope, message of strength, yada, yada, yada. Something programmy. Do something programmy to wrap it up.
Me? Programmy?
Clearly, I'm in hater cynical mode because I'm in the holidays.
All right. If you're feeling blue about the holidays, do something nice for somebody each day. Don't tell anybody about it. That makes it unconditional. You know, it could be something as little as opening up a door for somebody, or it could be, you know, helping get groceries upstairs. Do something nice and see for till the end of the year and see if that makes you feel good.
The management apologizes for today's show. Please send your complaints to blackwhiterecovery@gmail.com. That's the words black, the word white, and the word recovery at Gmail.
Dearly beloved, are you listening? I can't remember a word that you were saying.